Hi, Leilani. I wanted to get your feedback on a data tracking system that I developed a while back. So now I use it to track fun stuff too. So a lot of people have YouTube channels. So in this demo, what I did was I did a search on my YouTube channel on Leilani and got like 4 or 5 videos and I organized it in my data tracking system. So let me demo this to you at https://unilisa.net. Let me go to my Google Chrome, go to one of my accounts, click on my website. It's going to go to unilisa.net. Notice it bypassed the login screen. So right here it says data tracking. I'm going to click on number one, data tracking manager, and I have my data records here. I'm going to go to data type. Let me put in, how about, so I'll put in Leilani, L-E-I, oh, good enough. Enter. It finds Leilani. So what I'm going to focus on here are notes and event logs. So you can go to your notes and event logs by going to your file menu, notes, event logs. But I notice that I have notes here, my notification or indicators. I have 5 event logs. So let's look at notes first. I'll click here on notes. Voila. So here are my embedded videos. So if you enter YouTube links, it automatically creates embedded videos. Pretty cool. So again, I went to my YouTube channel and searched on Leilani to get these videos, including your mom's celebration of life. And you can have attachments. So when you create your attachments, it puts it here as well. So you have everything at your fingertips. For example, I can click here and it's a picture of your pups right here. So it goes to another tab. I can close it. So to create these links are really easy. So this is an editor, notes editor. So for example, I can click here on edit notes and you can have tables. So I put my links in a table. So here, your tables here. For example, let me show you how a link works. So just highlight this, click on this link icon. You just put your link here. And if it's a YouTube URL, then it automatically creates embedded videos and put some text here. I like to open the link in a new window, so I check that and insert, and I click on save. But I have everything the way I want it, so let me just bypass the save and click on view notes, and voila, pretty cool. So you get your videos here where I can just click on it, and there are no ads. Or I can click here. You see this link here, and while I click here. So there are no ads, and when it's done, it repeats itself. Let me close this tab, or you can see it up here. You can click here as well. Voila, pretty cool. So there's something called event logs. Let's touch on event logs. So in this case, I have 5 event logs. So from the notes interface, I can go to event logs. So let me click here, show you what event logs mean. So you can have event logs here, so this is used a lot where you have your record and you want to have a one-to-many relationship because and this used to be a tracking system. And so if you have a client and you have several meetings, you would have your event logs, right? Something like that. In this case, I have videos, right? For my Leilani record, I have 5 videos, 5 event logs here. So and it puts the date in chronological orders where you'll see the most current date on the very top. So when you create a URL here, when you enter in a URL, and if it's a YouTube URL, you'll see this. If it's not a YouTube URL, then it's just going to put the link here and you can click on it. But with YouTube, if it's a YouTube URL, you can see YouTube normal. I can click here, YouTube normal, or you can click here, for example. This is the one you'll probably want to use with the yellow bullet, YouTube no ad, and then play it, close this tab. What else do I have here? YouTube no ad 2. Voila. So this puts it in another interface, a video interface. So the one you probably would use is the one with the yellow right here, yellow bullet. So this takes the entire screen of your browser let's close this guy. Um, Again, you have your attachments here. If you have attachments, you can click on it. Here's your pups, your greyhounds. So yeah. Um, so what else? Well, you can search. For example, let me search on how about pickleball. Voila. These two records with pickleball. I can clear my search, get all my records back. Search by emojis. Let's say tennis. Voila. Clear search. And yeah, you can do stuff like that. So one thing I wanted to show you is that you can have links for your event logs or your notes. So for example, let's go back home. I created event logs for pickleball gang. So I'm starting to play pickleball now, and I have a bunch of friends I play pickleball with, and I created an event log, a pickleball gang right here, event log, where everything's in chronological order. They can go to unalisa.net and click on pickleball gang and see what's the latest video here. Again, remember you have your attachments here. You can see that, and or you can for like my kids have Wonder Years when they were little, like here, and it goes to the notes where you have your embedded videos. You have your attachments here and your links here, your embedded videos here. Pretty cool. Yeah, so stuff like that. Um, yeah. Oh, one thing I'll show you too is that let's go back to the data tracking manager. So those event logs and notes, they're from your data tracking manager right here. So if I go, let's go back to Leilani. LBI, good enough, enter. I get my Leilani record. And what I can do, I can save my grid state. I can click on Save Grid State here on the menu bar. So what do I mean by that? That means if I move off this page, let's say I go home, I need to do some other stuff that I want to come back to my Leilani record. Let's say, for example, let me show you something else kind of cool. So I do presentations on the Tableau JavaScript API event listeners. So let's say I had to do some business work first. I go to this link here. Voila. And I select my categories, get my ins and outs. You can see my categories up here, or you should see them. The internet's super slow for some reason. Right here, right here, right here. And post event logs, post these what I selected. You can see it up here. It drills down, voila, get my ins and outs. So let's say I finish with my business here, doing my analysis here, and I want to go back to my data tracking manager. It's going to remember my filter grid state. Remember I filtered on Leilani? It's going to remember that. So now I can go to my either my notes or event logs here, go to my notes from here, or event logs here, notes here. So that's how that works. And yeah, and then go back to the data grid if I need to, get my Leilani record, voila. And if I want all my records back, easy peasy, just click on the reset grid state and I get all my records back. Voila. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to show you. Let's go back home. And yeah, so so it's pretty cool, I think. So again, this is a data tracking system I wrote way back a while back ago, pretty much to track any type of data. And so, but you can use it to do fun stuff like tracking your YouTube videos. So, anyways, here it says good night.
Good
Good
night.
night. So, good
Good
night.
night.
So, thanks for watching. And good night.
Good night.
Bye.